Hello everyone, welcome to Success Education. In this video, we'll see a topic of grammar, that is degrees of comparison. Right. So we'll start with the information as the adjectives change in form to show comparison. They are called degrees of comparison. And I hope you know what is the meaning of adjectives. Adjectives are the terms which are used to address the noun, right? Means you need to say about the quality or quantity of the noun, right? So that adjectives when change in different forms, that are called the degrees of comparison, right? There are three degrees of comparison, that is positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree. So now we'll understand what are these three degrees. Firstly, we'll see the positive degree. The positive degree shows an adjective in its simple form when no comparison is practically made. Right? Means we don't need to make any kind of comparison between any of the things. Right? So that is called the positive degree. For example, Shane is clever, Myra is beautiful. In these two sentences, clever and beautiful, both these words are positive degree, right? Now nextly we'll see what is comparative degree. Comparative degree shows a comparatively more or less degree of the same quality of an adjective. It is used when two things are compared, right? More or less of the same degree, it means we need to compare two things in this degree, right? The comparison is made between simply just two things. You can see the example, Jane is cleverer than Shane. In this sentence, the cleverer word is used as comparative degree, and we have seen the comparison between Jane and Shane. In the second sentence, Samira is more beautiful than Myra. In this, more beautiful is the comparative degree, and the comparison is made between Samira and Myra, right? And whenever we are using the comparative degree, we need to use the word then after the adjective. You can see in both the sentences, cleverer than and more beautiful than, right? Now we'll see the third degree, that is superlative degree. Superlative degree shows the highest or the lowest degree of the same quality of an adjective. It is used when more than two things are compared. Highest or the lowest of the same quality means we need to make the comparison between all of the things, means more than two things, not only two things but more than two things, right? More than, it includes infinite. Okay, so you can see the example, John is the cleverest in the class. It means in the whole class, even if it is of 50 students or 40 students or even 100 students, John is the cleverest. So we are making the comparison between more than two things, right? uh, in this sentence, the cleverest is the superlative degree, and whenever we are using the superlative degree, we need to add the word, the article, that is the, before the adjective, right? In the second sentence, Naira is the most beautiful girl in the village. So the comparison is made between Naira and the all the girls of the village, right? Now we will see how to form comparatives and superlatives from the positive degree. Firstly, generally comparatives and superlatives are formed by adding er and est to the positive. That is the simplest form of degrees of comparison. So you can see the examples for positive, comparative and superlative. The examples are bold, bolder, boldest, clever, cleverer, cleverest, smart, smarter, smartest, kind, kinder, kindest, great, greater, greatest, and sweet, sweeter, sweetest. And there are many more examples for the same kind of words, right? Now the second type is when the positive ends in y preceded by a consonant, the y is changed into I before adding er or est, right? So when the word is ending with Y. The adjective is ending with Y. We need to change the word Y with I, and ER and EST is used as it is. Right? So you can see the examples for the same. Happy, happier, happiest. Easy, easier, easiest. Heavy, heavier, heaviest. Healthy, healthier, healthiest. Wealthy, wealthier, wealthiest. And there are many more examples for the same. I would like you guys to give many more examples in the comment section, so that I can understand that you are able to understand what I am explaining. Okay. Now, the third type is when the positive ends in E, only R and ST are added. Means the positive, the adjective is ending with E. For that, we need to add only R and ST, because we are normally adding ER and EST, but the word is already ending in E, so we need to add only R and ST. Now you can see the example, that is able, abler, ablest, brave, braver, bravest, fine, finer, finest, wise, wiser, wisest, white, whiter, whitest, large, larger, largest, noble, nobler, and noblest. The fourth type is when the positive is a word of one syllable and ends in a single consonant preceded by a short vowel. This consonant is doubled before adding ER and EST. Means the words are small, the adjectives are very small, right? And we have a single consonant before the preceded by a short vowel. Vowel is A, E, I, O, U. Means the before the last word, before the last letter, we have a vowel, that is A, E, I, O, U. Then we need to double the last word, the last letter we need to double, and then we will add ER and EST. So you can see the examples for the same. Big, bigger, biggest. Thin, thinner, thinnest. Fat, fatter, fattest. Hot, hotter, hottest. Red, redder, reddest. Sad, sadder, saddest. Now the fifth type is comparatives and superlatives are formed by adding the adverbs more and most, less and least with the positive. Means in the words we need to add more, most, less, least for making it comparative and superlative, right? These words cannot be changed by ER and EST, right? So you can see the examples for the same. Beautiful, more beautiful, less beautiful, most beautiful, least beautiful. Qualified, more qualified, less qualified, most qualified, least qualified. Ordinary, more ordinary, less ordinary, most ordinary, least ordinary. And many more like cautious, kind, proper, popular, and important. In these words, we'll add more, less, and most and least. Now, the last type is irregular adjectives have generally separate words as their comparatives and superlatives. Irregular adjectives means which cannot be changed with EREST as well as more or most. So, these words have different words for their comparative and superlative. And you can see the examples for the same. Good, better, best. Bad, worse, worst. Many, more, most. Much, more, most. Little, less, least. Far, farther, farthest. Old, older or elder. Oldest or eldest. Late, later or latter. Latest or last. For, former, foremost or first, right? Now we'll see the rules to be followed in degrees of comparison. Means what rules you should see for changing the positive sentences into comparative and superlative. Firstly, we'll see the definite article the is always used before the superlative adjective, as I have already told you before in the example 2. Second is certain comparatives have lost their comparative meaning and are used only as positives, so they cannot be followed by then. They are former, latter, upper, elder. Means these words are already used in comparative, so we don't need to use the word than for the for making it comparative. Okay. The third point is the comparative adjectives ending in or are followed by the preposition to means the word is ending with or, then we need to write the preposition to, like inferior to, superior to, prior to, etc. Fourth one is the following five Latin comparatives are used only as positive adjectives. Interior, exterior, ulterior, major, and minor are can only be used in positive and not in comparative and superlative. The superlative degree goes in ST, EST, or most, that we have already seen in the above examples. Like when we are making superlative degree, we need to add st, est, or most. Use the definite article the before the superlative adjective. That also I have told you before only, right? Now the last point is the comparative degree should have more than or less than and should be followed by any other or most other, right? So whenever we are making comparative degree, we have seen in the above examples, we are writing more than or less than, and it should be followed by any other and most other. Now you can see the exercise. For that we have written as positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree. So the sentences are: she is tall, she is taller than her sister, she is the tallest among her family. Myra is happy. Myra is happier than her sister. Myra is the happiest person in the class. Sunana is beautiful. Sunana is more beautiful than her sister. Sunana is the most beautiful girl in her house. The food here is good. The food here is better than that restaurant. The food here is the best. Samira has a big house. Samira has a bigger house than her sisters. Samira has the biggest house in her family. And lastly, here we'll see the self exercise. I would like you guys to answer the questions for all these 10 sentences which I have written for you guys to answer yourself, so that I could understand whether you're right or whether you could understand or not, right? And if you guys could not understand, please just let me know in the comment section. I'll surely try to answer all the questions. Thank you for watching my video and do subscribe my channel for more updates. Thank you.